Let me take you back to a Tuesday morning I'll never forget. I stepped out of my house, coffee in hand, ready to start my day like any other. The sun was just peeking over the rooftops, birds chirping, a slight breeze in the air, and my driveway was empty. My truck, my pride and joy, a 2018 Ford F-250 Super Duty diesel, was gone. At first I thought it had been stolen. I dropped my coffee, ran to the street, checked both sides. Nothing. No broken glass, no skid marks, no sign of a break-in. Just a void where my truck used to be. My heart was pounding. I dialed 911 to report it stolen, and that's when Officer Daniels, who lives 3 houses down, walked up. "Morning, looking for your truck?" he asked, almost sheepishly. "Yeah," I said, trying to catch my breath. "You see anything?" He scratched the back of his neck. "I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but the HOA towed it early this morning." I blinked. "They what?" He pointed across the street. Karen had a tow truck here at 6:30 a.m. That's when my stomach dropped. Karen. Every neighborhood has one. Ours wears a fake pearl necklace like she's royalty and carries around the HOA handbook like it's scripture. She's the type who writes you up if your grass is a 1/4 inch too tall or your porch light is too aggressively warm. I marched straight over to her house, adrenaline surging. She was watering her lawn in full makeup and a pink visor, like she was filming an infomercial for insanity. "Karen!" I shouted. She looked up and gave me that smile. "You know the one? The smug, passive-aggressive kind that tells you she's been waiting for this moment." "Oh, I figured you'd be by. Don't worry, the towing company has your truck. I had it removed for violating the bylaws." "What violation?" I asked, barely holding it together. She pulled out a folder from the patio table. "Who keeps HOA documents right there?" Article 4, Section 2. Non-gasoline vehicles are not permitted to be parked in driveways overnight. My jaw hit the floor. "Karen, that's not a real thing." "It is now," she said proudly. "We voted on an amendment last week. Diesel engines are considered non-compliant with the environmental aesthetic of the neighborhood." I blinked. "The what?" She actually said it again. "Environmental aesthetic. Diesels are loud. They smell. And frankly, they're an eyesore. This neighborhood is supposed to be refined." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My truck was clean, well-maintained, and quieter than her husband's 2002 Mustang. "You towed my legally registered vehicle off my property because you don't like how it smells?" "It's not personal," she said. "It's for the good of the community." I turned and walked away before I did something I'd regret. I spent the rest of the day tracking down my truck. Turns out Karen didn't even follow proper protocol. No written notice, no 72-hour warning, just a surprise tow and $450 impound fee. When I went to the HOA board to contest it, Karen chaired the meeting. I brought the bylaws, the county vehicle codes, even called the state DMV, who confirmed diesel vehicles are perfectly legal on residential property. I had every piece of proof I needed. But Karen just sat there, arms folded, smirking like the Wicked Witch of the West, with a clipboard. "That may be true for the county," she said, "but we are a private association. We set higher standards." That's when I dropped my ace. "I spoke with my attorney," I said, "and unless you want a civil lawsuit for unlawful towing, I suggest you reimburse me today." The room went quiet. One of the other board members, Mike, the only reasonable person on the panel, spoke up. "Karen, he's right. We never sent a notice. This could cost us." Karen's face turned crimson. You could hear her jaw tighten. Long story short, the HOA caved. They reimbursed my fees, and Karen was forced to apologize in writing. But the cherry on top. 2 weeks later, at the next HOA meeting, several neighbors showed up, with diesel trucks. Turns out I wasn't the only one she'd targeted, just the first one to fight back. We pushed through a vote to repeal the so-called diesel ban, and Karen lost her seat as chair by a landslide. Her pearl necklace didn't look quite so shiny after that. So yeah, my truck's back where it belongs, in my driveway, with a fresh coat of wax, just to spite her. And every morning I start it a little early. Not to be rude, just, as a friendly reminder that some of us don't roll over for petty tyrants. If you've ever dealt with an HOA Karen, or had your vehicle unfairly towed, drop your story in the comments below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the takedown, and smash that subscribe button for more HOA drama every week. We've all had a Karen in our lives. Mine just picked the wrong truck and the wrong guy.